The Carbinox Type S, the world's and the internet's toughest smartwatch. Now, I did an unboxing of the Type R and Type S, the round and the square, not that long ago. I'll leave a card right here. Now, I've had this thing on the wrist for quite some time, and I'm here to give you my honest opinion. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase, and this is All Things Random, mostly watch reviews with some random stuff sprinkled in between. Trust me, I have a pool rented out and scheduled here in the near future. I have some dive tanks I'm going to review and an underwater scooter. I know several of you have been waiting for the random stuff. Trust me, it's coming down the line. Plus, there's also still a lot of watch content coming up. Now, what are we talking about today? The Carbinox Type S, or the square. Now, I truly do like the square way better than I do the Type R, which is the round, simply because I like the look that they are giving you. Now, I think it's just because we're all used to that Apple Watch type look, so I prefer the square. Now, this thing is extremely durable, and it does have quite a few things on it that make it durable. One of which is going to be the Gorilla Glass that is sitting atop. This thing is nearly scratch resistant. I say nearly because if I take a diamond and really scratch it, but if I take something simple like this screwdriver, this jeweler's screwdriver, which is extremely sharp, you can see it just glides across the top. Now, I've been wearing this for about a month and a half now on patrol in my everyday life, and you can see this thing still looks basically brand new. In fact, let's first do an overview of the watch, a kind of, review. Let's go over some of the details that this thing has, some of the programming features, some of the applications that's on it, and then we'll discuss further about what I love. So let's do a quick walk around of this watch. It does have almost indestructible Gorilla Glass. It has an aluminum case that is very rugged. This, of course, is the Type S, the square. I really love the shape of this because it's just that familiar smart watch. But this is, like I said already, nearly indestructible. Now, I've been wearing this thing for quite a while, and the rubber strap still looks nearly brand new. I've worn this thing on duty, and the case, there's no scratches, no nicks, no nothing to include this case. So the most important thing is going to be the functionality of the watch itself. Now, as you rotate the wrist, this thing is going to pop on. Now, you have different modes. Now, from the face, you can do several things. You can swipe up, and then it gives you some data points right here. It gives you your heart rate. If you were listening to music, it gives you some stress, some blood pressure, your emotions, weather, alarms. Swipe back down, and then you swipe down. It gives you some widgets here at the top. Swipe back up, swipe over. Here are your notifications. Swipe back, and then swipe again, and you have this. Now, I changed this to the honeycomb. You don't have to. So an example would be you can do a grid. So go back to themes, and now you have a grid. You can go to list, go back, and now you have a list. Now, me personally, I just like the way the honeycomb looks. So let's go ahead and find that. Okay, we'll go into settings, we'll go into themes, and then we'll go into honeycomb. Go back. This is the back. This is a select button, back button, up and down. So we'll go back, and now it's in that honeycomb state. Now, one of the things that I love the most about this is going to be the blood pressure. It's going to be the blood oxygen. It's going to be the heart rate. It's going to be the health things of this, and it's going to be the sports. So let's go ahead and talk about the sports. Now, one of the things that I love the most about this type of smartwatch is the fact that it offers so many different sports that you can come down here to add workout. Then you have 12 types in winter sports, 49 types in fitness exercises, 28 types in ball games. Now let's go to ball games. You got basketball, badminton, table tennis, tennis, billiards. Let's go to water sports. You have sailing, surfing, whitewater rafting, canoeing, kayaking. They have 10 types in dance, even extreme sports to include skateboarding, climbing, bungee jumping, parkour, BMX. There's just so many types of sports in here. What I've added is hiking, and I've added strength training today. Now the watch comes with a charging pad. The charging pad sits fine on the desk, and the watch sits nicely on top using a magnetized base that allows the watch to really nestle tight. Now this thing lasts for quite some time once it's charged, and it does offer, again, like I already said, a lot of features. Now one of the things that I really do love about this watch is the fact that I can add features on the fly. So what I decided to do was I needed to do some other watch content, so I took this thing up into the mountains and I went hiking at Powerline Pass near Flat Top, right on the outskirts of Anchorage, Alaska. Now you can see here that it was very easy on the fly in the cold 28-degree snowy weather, the mountain weather. It was easy for me to add the application of hiking and then a simple press of go, and I'm on my way. Now, one of the things that I really do love about the sports applications or the exercise applications of this watch is it kind of keeps your calorie count, it keeps your heart rate, and it keeps kind of where you're at. Now, this is extremely important for someone like me who is very involved in activities and fitness. I always want to see how many calories I've burned throughout the day. I want to know what my intake is, so I meal prep everything, and I'm trying to get to 12% body fat while maintaining my muscle mass. Now, all this is extremely hard if you don't have something accurate, and I found that this is pretty accurate. Now, we were out in the mountains for about an hour, not quite an hour, but we hiked out and hiked back, and the calories that I burned were typical of what I'd normally burn, so I think that this thing is pretty accurate. Now, one of the things that it does hold up quite nicely is in the cold. I can tell you that I was awfully cold out there in the mountains, and this thing holds up. And to be fair, here in Alaska, it's been pretty warm lately, but I started wearing this in the negative 10-degree temperatures, and it held up just fine. So, of course, in the mountains, 28 degrees, had no problem in the cold. Another thing that I love about this is the fact that, again, I can use it for exercising. I just told you that I am doing my best to get down to 12% body fat while maintaining my muscle mass. So one of the things that they do offer on this is the ability to go back into that workout and hit strength training. And then I can go through my workout program, my strength training, and kind of see where I'm at, burning calorie-wise, my heart rate, which again is extremely important for me. And I say that because the next thing I did was I walked. Now, oftentimes I do sprinting. It's very important for me to keep track of my heart rate. I am in my 40s at this point, and it's not healthy for me to have a maximum heart rate of 185 or 190. Like I'm right on the verge of tachycardia, but sometimes I'll push myself to a limit where I'm at like 179, 180, 182, and I want to make sure I keep track of that so I don't keep my heart range too high for too long. And it's nice because this thing is extremely accurate with the sensor on the back. I've had no problems with this. In fact, when I've used other sensors to test this sensor out, it's pretty accurate when it comes to its blood oxygen. It's pretty accurate when it comes to its blood pressure, and of course, its heart rate, because of course it uses the same type of thing that you'd see on an Apple Watch, the same sensor, or a Fitbit, or something similar. Now let's talk about my overall impressions of the Carbinox Type S and Type R. Now, again, I love the Type S because I just love the square. It just looks extremely sleek, and I wear this mostly on duty as a cop here in Alaska. Now, I've banged this thing quite a bit. I haven't taken real good care of it at all, and it still looks brand new. I think this is one of the things that really caught me off guard when I was redoing this review, like hey, how's it held up? Because I found no dings on the case, no scratches on anything, and the strap still looks brand new. Now, that being said, could the rubber strap break if it snags on something? Sure, but I've been pretty aggressive with this watch and it's held up to a higher standard than I could ever imagine, especially for a watch that's so affordable as Carbinox. Now, one of the things that I did mention in the unboxing and general overall of the Blade Type S and Type R, again, I will leave it right here, is the fact that I actually know several people in my department that wear the Carbinox as their smartwatch on duty because it is so durable. So that being said, instead of spending like six, seven, $800 on an Apple Watch, you can spend less than $200 on a Carbinox, and it is far tougher, way more durable, and it offers a lot of different applications. The things that you would need, that's not too much, right? It gives you everything you need and nothing that you don't. It doesn't give a bunch of extra frills and thrills, but if you are an active person who wants a general smartwatch that is extremely easy to use, and the application, the Carbinox application on iOS that I have here on my phone is easy to go into. It's easy to go into, it's easy to go through and change the watch dials, it's easy to go in and customize everything, and you don't have to pay for a membership or a subscription. You get to watch once and it's yours for life. This is something that I truly love. I love what Carbinox is doing, and I look forward to, hopefully, more products in the future. Well, what do you guys think about the smartwatch? How's it held up? You guys let me know in the comments down below. I really do appreciate you guys sticking around. If you're here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, but it tells these companies that you are here watching my content. Hopefully I can get more stuff in the future. Hit the notification bell, and again, leave a comment down below. I try to reply to every single comment. I love the back and forth, and I'll see you guys in the next one.